ubiest of the tubiest. The best YouTube subscribers on the planet. That's you. I'm 50 plus, okay? We're going to talk about some things today. Hopefully, I can help you get your mind right before you get on the trainer's truck, okay? So I'm going to talk to you first. No, let me get some disclaimer out here, okay? I expect that everybody watching this is a grown folk, okay? If you're grown folk, I should not have to coddle you. I shouldn't have to beat around the bush when I talk to you. I should be able to just talk to you like an adult, straight in your face, just straight up talk to you. And the words that I say should not be offensive to you. Okay? Now, what should be offensive to you if I was, oh, little precious little baby, I just want to make sure you just don't do everything, that nothing bothers you. That should be what bothers you. Not me saying, hey man, you need to tighten that up. I shouldn't have to say, oh my goodness, I don't know if they cooked that fish properly, but ooh, wow, it must have took a little fish shit in your mouth because your breath smell like ass. I should have to beat around the bush to tell you your breath stink. Hey man, you need an Altoid? Because, my eyes water. And then you shouldn't take offense to that. Okay? All right. So don't take offense to what I'm about to say. Take it as some good advice to you, okay? Look. You're going to finish orientation and you're going to get on the trainer's truck, okay? And first off, let me tell you this. To all you trainers listening to this, and all you drivers that listen to this, I'm telling you right now, that truck ain't your truck. So don't be saying, this is going to happen on my truck. It ain't your truck. Truck belongs to a company that employs you. That's who the truck belongs to. If you think I'm lying, do something cray-cray. Do something cray-cray and just see if that's your truck or not. Okay? So when I say the trainer's truck, know where my heart is. Again, don't be getting all defensive. This is a fact, okay? When I lie, let me know. Okay, here we go. You're gonna get on a trainer's truck for however long your company has you in driver training. Okay, if you're here with Melton, it's 3 weeks on a trainer's truck. Okay, it may be more depending on how you're working out. In that 3 weeks, you have I've never been in jail, but I believe, it has to be. A jail cell has to be bigger than a cab of this truck. There's no toilet in here, and jails have toilets and sink, I believe. Okay, so it's got to be bigger than this truck. So if the jail cell is bigger than this truck, and they in jail, they being punished. Yo, you, man, in this thing with 2 guys, or 2 anythings, man, can you follow what I'm saying? So that being said, it can turn into a pressure cooker very quickly. Attitude will bring the walls in. Attitude's a big thing. So I'm gonna talk about you, Mr. Trainee that's about to get on a trainer's truck. I'm talking about the attitude of the trainee. Okay? Here we go. Better have some thick hide. I'm not your daddy. Okay? I'm not responsible for you and making you happy. That's not my job. My job is to teach you how to perform this job in a successful manner. That's my job. So don't act like I'm responsible for you smiling all the time and respecting you and all of this kind of stuff. Listen. I don't know where you come from. Respect is earned. So if you get on the truck and your attitude is, I'm gonna bark out some demand, I'm gonna let him know what I am and I ain't gonna stand for. What I'm gonna do and what I ain't gonna do. He gonna respect me. Hey, I'm just letting you know how I would handle that. If you came onto my truck and you had this type of attitude, I'm gonna tell you this before we even leave, you know what I'm saying? Man, listen, let's sit and talk for a little bit, get to know you and everything, man. You know what, in another life, we probably gonna get along pretty good. You seem like you're a real good guy, but right now I'm gonna take you back upstairs so they can put you with somebody else. Cause I'm not gonna let you, we're not gonna start off like that. You setting the tone as soon as you get on the trainer's truck. So if you gonna get in here and you start telling me, yo, let me tell you what to do, man. I got to do this. I need this, I that, I the other thing. I'm gonna listen to you and say, man, that's a lot of iron, I get it though. I do. Everything you mentioned sounds almost reasonable. I get it, I hope the next trainer you're with will be willing to make those concessions for you. But I'm fixing to take you back upstairs. You're not riding with me. A lot of it has to do with the tone in your voice, your attitude. If you got on the truck and you said, hey, 50, listen, I got a bladder issue, okay? Maybe you had, bladder cancer at one point or something. But I have a bladder issue, and I'm not saying that I want to stop, every 50 miles or so, but I'm probably gonna need to use the restroom about every hour and a half or 2 hours, man. Is that gonna be a problem? And I'm gonna say, hell no, I'm old man. My bladder get full too, quick. So yeah, let's bump it, bro. We good. Okay, I gotta stop every hour, man, because I got to pee. I don't know about you, but this truck got to stop every hour. I'm taking you back upstairs. Same thing. Same thing. I'm gonna stop every hour and a half. You've been on my truck. I'm pulling over every hour and a half because I'm gonna go use a little TT room. Okay. So I don't have a problem with that. But if you come at me like that, I'm getting you off my truck, because that already tells me who I'm dealing with. Check that attitude, man. You can bring it back up, after them 3 weeks, and you can have all the attitude you want in a truck by yourself. That's where you need to be. But until you get there, you're gonna have to check it at the door, bro. That's it. And that being said, you don't need to take that type of tone from someone while you being trained. Okay, while you're going through the training process. Nobody talks to you the way I just said a trainee should talk to a trainer. That goes to both ways. You don't let if a trainer, by the way, make sure you handle it properly. If a trainer is speaking to you disrespectfully, I'm gonna tell you what I would do. If I'm you, this is what I'm gonna do. And by the way, you guys know what I'm doing, man. I'm about you guys. This is a rookie channel. This is my channel. Don't belong to the company. This is my channel, mine. Okay, go where I go. So I'm about doing the right thing for you. Okay, this is what I would do. Let's say a trainer was doing something inappropriate with this mouth. Maybe saying some nasty stuff or talking to you dirty. Anything like that, look, okay, not a problem. Turn your phone on. Start voice recording. You can leave it in the bunk. It's going to be enough. Let him run that mouth. Let him talk crazy. Record it. Then you call on him. And you say, hey, this guy, is a, perfect ass. And if it was a nice voluptuous ass, I might like it. But since I don't go there and it smells, his ass stink, I want you to get me off of him. Okay? And then the company say, that guy's been a trainer for, 10 million miles. Perfect guy. Can't be talking about him. And you say, really? Listen to this. Now, get me off this trans truck. Now, it's not his word against yours, okay? And I'm just gonna be straight. I'm talking to y'all from, from the position where y'all know I'm down for you, okay? I'm gonna give you what you need to be successful. And I'm telling you, if it's a trainer's word versus a not even truly hired yet person's word, I don't know who they're gonna pick. I don't know. All I know is that if it were me, I'm not just gonna come with my opinion and my side of the story. I'm coming with some verified proof. Don't be in the wrong though. Don't be, recording half the conversation, editing the conversation and all that kind of. No. Roll it, the whole thing. Everything you did and you said, along with what this trainer did. I want you record what you did to trigger the situation. Okay? A lot of things go wrong in a trainer's truck with trainers, and it could be tasting music. I do not. If you've been on my truck as a trainer, every one of my trainees will tell you they started with no radio on and they got off with no radio on. I don't care how long they've been on the truck. I do not run the radio. What I deem as music, you may not, and I can near guarantee what you deem as music, I don't deem as music. Music is performed and created by musicians. So if the music that you listen to doesn't have actual people with instruments in front of them playing instruments, and then somebody singing with a voice where you can understand the words that they're saying, then that's not music what you're talking about. Some of that went through the early 90s, maybe. I think country might have taken it into the very, very, very early 2000s. But if it ain't from the 70s and 80s and classic rock and, real country music, well, they got, steel guitars and, fiddles and harmonicas and stuff like that there. They ain't singing about, being drunk and the wife left them and that kind of thing. Then I don't want to hear what you're talking about. Okay? But if you don't like that, and I do, and I'm cranking Led Zeppelin and you not into that, you shouldn't be on my truck anyway. But anyway, if you don't like it, and I'm listening to it, and then, Stairway to Heaven come on and I crank it, you extra mad now because you don't like that. But I got you in this pressure cooker with music that you don't like. You follow me? And it's vice versa. Maybe you listened to your stuff yesterday. It's only fair that I get to listen to mine today. And I go, you know what? You all right. And then you put it on there and some dudes sound like they're throwing rocks at a guitar and dragging their nails across the chalkboard. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what he's talking about. He ain't talking about, he's screaming into a microphone. Hell, I don't even play drums, and I can make the stuff that they doing. That, you want to hear that? And now I have sent you through hell yesterday listening to real music by real singers, made by real musicians who are singing poetry for real. Now I got to sit here and listen to somebody having a fit. 5 or 6 people on the stage having a fit with instruments in front of them. They can't play none of them. But you like it, and you put up with me, so now I got to put up with you. Now, pressure cooker again. It's gonna be worse than that, because I'm gonna tell you, hell no, I ain't listen to that. Turn it off. And you be like, man, I suffered through you yesterday. I don't give a damn. I ain't listening to that. See? So simple things like that can create real problems. Even if it wasn't that, even if it wasn't music, it could be a podcast. And the podcast could be talking about a subject very sensitive to the other. Okay? And it could then spark conversation. You see? And truly bad conversation, because there's no agreement in this thing. It could get really bad really quick. So you follow what I'm saying? Inside this truck could be extreme pressure cooking. So I don't turn on radio. I try to just have, a conversation about general topics. I try to find out what interests the student has. My current student is he worked on an ambulance. He was a paramedic for quite a long time. So while I'm driving, I'll talk to him about paramedics and how ambulances, siren sound and stuff like that. You know what I mean? His stuff. When he's driving, I'm quiet. I don't talk. I don't like talking to my trainees while they're driving, because I don't want your mind on anything other than the task at hand. The conversation could be different. Maybe he says, "Man, what do you do for a living?" And I say, "Well, if you go pow, I'm really liking that. Especially them pow-pows that start with 2-letter words. I really like that." Okay? And I like hog hunting, and I like deer hunting, and I like hunting and hunting. Okay, I like playing with cows. They taste good, and like hunting. Okay, yeah. We can go to the range. You hanging with me on the weekend? We can go to the range. Pow on the range with them. That got them 2 letters. Then 2 numbers, them. I like them. Okay? So we can talk about that. But if you one of them Peter people, we got a problem. So you find out what I'm saying? Conversation, man. You're going to have to be very, very careful when you're dealing with people, or be open-minded. Okay? Somebody talked to me about, they Peter people. I'm okay with that. That's the problem with us, man. Hell, I'm finna get off on something else. That's the problem with conservative people. We are tolerated, okay? But we are not tolerated. We tolerate, but we're not tolerated. That means we don't bark and scream. And because we don't bark and scream, we always got to defend ourselves. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Anyway. Wrong ass resident. Listen, so next thing, when it's bunk time, you guys go to the top bunk, and let me tell you, there is a difference in temperature from the top bunk and the bottom bunk. The difference in temperature is like 18 degrees. I think I did an experiment when I was with the previous company, and that was a condo roof. But I did an experiment. I put a thermometer, one of those clocks thermometers at the top and one at the bottom, and I think that it was hand movements, so it wasn't like a digital. I think it was 18 degrees difference, okay, from the top and bottom. And the reason I did that is because, I was really wanting them to turn the truck on and leave it idling, because it's just the truck was shut off after like 5 minutes. Man, it was boiling in that truck. You couldn't do it. It was like 70 degrees down in the bottom bunk, and almost 90 up there. And that was a condo roof. Okay, these trucks are mid-roof, and when you're laying down, say you 5'10", like 180 pounds, something like that, You know, normal sized dude, if you lay down, flat on your back, you could not sit up. If you tried to sit up, your head hit the roof, okay? That's what it is. It's not a lot of room. And it's the same down here. It's the same at the bottom bunk. You cannot, if I turn around and sit on the bottom bunk, I gotta sit like this. You can't sit up in the bottom bunk or the top bunk in a mid-roof truck, okay? Why is that important? Because if it's wintertime, it's super cold, and snow lands on the roof, okay? The roof is just fiberglass. I don't even know if it's insulated, man, to be quite honest with you. And it must not be, because even in the hail, it sounds like when it's hailing outside and you're in the truck, it sounds like it's beating on a tin roof. So I don't even think it's insulated up there, but I can tell you this. When the snow lands on the roof, it radiates that cold air through the roof. And if you're sitting on that top bunk, it's like, it's literally like if you was to open a refrigerator and just stood in front of the refrigerator like that. That's the way it feels to stay in that top bunk. The reverse happens in the summer. Now the roof radiates heat. And when I tell you, you bake like a cake up in that top bunk in the summertime. And what I'm telling you is important, because the only thing that's going to save you is, of course, running the truck with some AC if you have to do that. And then they got these EPUs that helps to save on fuel consumption by keeping the system, the AC system, not the AC system, but a fan system circulating cool air. But it only lasts as long as the air is cool, man. It doesn't really, it doesn't air condition air, you know. It just tries to maintain the amount of air that's in it, you know, whatever temperature is in it. And it doesn't, my truck is not very good at doing that, but I don't know about the other trucks. They may be a little bit better, the newer design. This truck is the first, there's 7, nothing about 7, to test this system out. And so I'm sure the newer ones actually work, because hopefully it does. And by the way, when you get your truck, you won't have to be up there. But we're talking about in training, you have to be up there. And let me tell you something. I run the truck. You know I'm not high on the fuel thing, but if I didn't, you guys up there you would cook like a turkey. You couldn't do it, man. You couldn't do it. It's impossible. It's too hot. Okay. So there's a fan up here you see my oven right here. Well, right there. On the opposite side of that is a fan. And if I turn that fan on, it will move some air, brother. It will absolutely circulate the air in here. And it will help that temperature difference, an 18-degree difference, get down to about a 3 to 4 degree difference. It makes a huge difference. So what's going to help your attitude is to be able to sleep comfortably. You won't be able to sleep comfortably if you overpack and you bring these big, huge bags and things that you got to store at your foot. And now you in a fetal position and you got all those bags pressed up against the back wall over there. And now the fan, air is being blocked by your crap that you brought. So you don't want to do that. So well, I'm going to move the stuff to this side, put my head over there, so now nothing's blocking it. So I'm still gonna bring all my stuff. Not if your feet stay. I may make you do that if you snore, because I don't want your head down here with my head. Don't bring that bunch of stuff in. Not because of them two reasons, but because it's very difficult for you to be able to store all of these things and not create a problem. Okay, and that's one of them. Putting all your stuff against that wall over there, it stops that fan flow. And when it stops the fan from flowing, you don't get a circulation of the heat or the AC that you're gonna need to keep yourself comfortable while you sleep, which also is going to help you to not create that pressure cooker the next day, man. You're short-tempered because you was uncomfortable all night. You didn't get any sleep. Now you're angry now. Every little thing happens, you know. You look over there, quit breathing. Your breathing bothering me. See? That's because you didn't sleep. And you didn't sleep because it was hot. And it was hot because your, you know, human-sized bag, you know, I don't know if you got a, you know, we call them sex doll. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what you got in that thing. I don't know why you got that such a big old bag. But you got it, and now it's a problem. And it's also irritating for the trainer that you would bring that. I put a video out previous to this one to talk to you guys about what to pack. And you shouldn't need but small bags, man. You know, 2 at the most. You're only going to be able to train the truck for 3 weeks. Okay? Now, I'm running long. I'm almost 30 minutes. Okay? I'm going to end it by telling you guys this. Listen. You can almost tolerate anything. And this is almost anything. For such a short period of time. Okay? Don't tolerate things that you should not tolerate. But things that just irritate the hell out of you. You know. Put up with it, man. Look how far you've come. Okay? The sacrifices you've made up to this point. Ask yourself if what's going on worth starting all over again someplace else. I'm willing to bet you would say, "No, man, let me see if I can work something out with this person." You know, just tell them, "Hey, man, you know, I don't mind, like, you know, 2 or 3, you know, but we starting to get up to like that 5 or 6 days without you washing your ass, man, and I just can't hang it no more. Can we at least cut that in half? Can you work with me?" You know what I mean? Talk to the person, man. You know, if you can stand to be in the truck next to him, talk to him and say, "Man, you know, look, man, I'm sick of, you know, giving myself a Hitler." You know what a Hitler is, right? When you dig your hand back here, and then, so that way you can smell your own instead of smelling theirs. I'm tired of doing that, man. Can you go take you a shower? This time use soap. You know, actually get inside the shower and turn it on. Don't do like when you was like 7 and you would go turn the shower on and go sit down and play video games and then turn the water back off and tell your mama took a shower. No, actually get in there, you know, get that towel and floss, because you need it, man. Can you help your brother out? Talk to him. See if y'all can't get along, man. You know, you come too far to just throw it away, you know, because you can't tolerate each other. And if it does come to a point to where it's just not going to work, please reach out. Okay, don't let it come to blows. Don't let it come to, you know, vulgar language to each other, and turn that into a true pressure cooker. Now you can't even drive to the next truck stop because you both have let things go too far. Okay, grown men, just work this out. I didn't talk for 30 minutes. So I'll see you again, Deliver Undistracted. I hope this helps you out. Be successful. Let's get the job done so you can go solo drive and go make you some money for you and the family. Till I see you again, Deliver Undistracted. Here's your boop. Boop.